Hi guys, it's LSBYT and this is the Samsung Galaxy Pro 360 13-inch and 15-inch, and they were launched back in April-May time as part of the new Tri-series alongside the standard Galaxy Book and Galaxy Book Pro. But the 360 just adds that little bit of spice with the addition of the 2-in-1 touchscreen that flips all the way around to using tablet form with S Pen support also. Great for the modern professional. There was a lot of buzz around these new laptops when they dropped a few months ago, as many saw them as kind of some of the best all-round machines for most people in this kind of very crowded, ultra-portable, ultra-thin and light laptop area of the market. But a few months on, how does the land lie? Let's find out. So firstly, the chip inside these new Samsung laptops or Galaxy Books comes courtesy of today's video sponsor, Intel. This model, designed on the Intel Evo platform, has the newest 11th gen Tiger Lake processor and Iris Xe graphics. More on what all that means shortly, but these new machines were actually co-engineered by Samsung and Intel to kind of bring the idea of portability and interchangeability between devices to the forefront. The idea of using your laptop and then switching to tablet mode and then seamlessly connecting and syncing to a smartphone and continuing where you left off. That kind of idea. Hence also these other goodies that have been sent, including a wireless charger trio, wireless mouse, mood light and Galaxy Smart tags that you may choose to partner with a Galaxy phone, watch, etc. And the link to Windows feature for your phone where you can make calls and messages and browse photos, etc. from your Galaxy Book adds to this idea. Now, in terms of design, they are what you come to expect from Samsung. Very sleek and solid, but light at just 1.1 kilograms and 1.3 kilograms, 13 and 15 inch respectively. Perfect for those that are looking for that little bit of style, but they're also really portable and made extremely well. The aluminium build feels extremely premium and there is very little flex on that keyboard whilst remaining comfy to type on. It really does just give a great working day experience. The trackpad is not the best that I have tested in the sea of laptops, I have to be honest, but don't get me wrong, it is still pretty decent indeed. Firm on the click, nice and responsive, a very solid effort. In terms of ports, you have 3 USB Type-C, including one Thunderbolt 4, a headphone jack, and a micro SD card reader. Yes, there could have been possibly more options here, but again, it's very, very difficult for manufacturers to create all those ports on laptops as thin and light as these. Now I have the Galaxy Book Pro 360 in this Mystic Navy colouring, but it's also available in Mystic Silver, and with either option you will be certainly turning heads when whipping this out on a train or at work, college or university. But the screen for me is also a huge selling point. Many manufacturers use IPS panels like the more affordable standard Galaxy Book, but knowing Samsung and their expertise in display technology, there is no surprise to see an AMOLED panel here in their more premium models. And that's great. Excellent contrast and colour reproduction, and the touchscreen with S Pen support works really well for more creative tasks and is really reliable and responsive with limited hinge wobble. So really there are only maybe 2 possible things I would like to see potentially improved from a display point of view on a future product. Number 1, the Full HD screen resolution, especially on the 15-inch, potentially could be upped a little bit. If you've used higher Quad HD on the LG Gram 16-inch, for example, you may notice the difference. If you haven't, you probably won't be really affected by it. And if you're using the 13-inch, it's far less noticeable as well. The screen looks lovely and sharp. Just could be upped a little bit maybe on the larger model. And number 2, screen brightness. More than good enough for indoor use, but it may leave you a little bit wanting slightly if you are in direct sunlight outside. The 16:9 aspect ratio is subjective. It's very common in this space, but still might not be to everyone's tastes. And the 2 sizes here are again very popular amongst other brands as well. 13-inch being ideal for travel, and the 15-inch being not cumbersome, but certainly large enough for most day-to-day tasks and watching movies and gaming. And the speakers, I have to say, are really pretty excellent. If you are going to be gaming on this Galaxy Book, the internals here do a pretty decent job indeed, but you have to manage your expectations. This isn't a gaming laptop. You can, however, play some fairly beefy titles, although you may have to scale back the resolution, for example, on some, but gaming at all on a laptop this size is quite some feat. We do have 16GB of RAM and 512GB of max storage here, but it's the Intel Core i7 processor with integrated Intel Iris Xe graphics that are delivering the bite here. with claims of a 2.7 times faster content creation, more than 20% faster office productivity, and graphics that are about 2 times faster than the previous 10th gen models. It's all pretty impressive. Obviously, these chips will perform slightly differently in different machines, but I did put the Galaxy Book Pro 360 through a series of real-world tests and ran some benchmarks also, and it delivered some pretty impressive numbers. One small factor that I really love is the boot speed. So if you were to have it closed and you open it up, bam, it's already on. I mean, it's literally under 1 second it takes. That's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, love it. And if you're booting from completely cold, from off to on and ready to use in under 10 seconds, all in all, across the board, crazy. Now, in terms of video editing and content creation, for example, if you are going to be layering 4K footage over the top of each other with lots of filters, transitions, and color grades, for example, then it might struggle a little bit. But 1080p footage with similar requirements, or 4K smartphone footage, for example, for a family trip, you should be absolutely fine. For you students or office workers out there who continue to add to the number of applications and browser tabs open hour by hour because you're too lazy to close any, then you'll be pleasantly surprised how efficient this machine is at jumping between and multitasking as a whole. One thing I did notice is the fan noise does ramp up fairly quickly under load, but you do have silent and no fan modes, which can reduce or stop the fan, but of course as a result limit performance. Great option to have and good for small tasks here and there, but it will run hot and performance won't be up to scratch if you are doing something more strenuous. And while we're on noise, these new Intel chips have integrated AI capabilities, which may just help you in this possible new world of working more from home. If you're on a video work call or chat with friends, for example, there is a neural noise suppression feature allowing you to reduce pet or family noise whilst you focus on the meeting, etc. at hand. And there is also background blur functionality, video super resolution, and the latest video codec. Now, often with ultralight portable laptops, you're going to be using them on the go a lot of the time, so battery is going to be fairly important for you as well. So for day-to-day tasks, browsing the web, emails, etc., you should get around 20 hours of battery life, with just under 10 available on a 30-minute charge, which is really nice to see. Although if you're going to be, of course, doing anything more strenuous, video editing, gaming, for example, you won't get near that figure. You also have Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, but still, unfortunately, a 720p webcam. One day. We'll get there one day on these machines. All in all, cracking little laptops if you're looking for that kind of ultra thin, ultra premium, all-in-one type of vibe of a machine, but they're not cheap. So certainly if you are part of the Samsung ecosystem already, then that is a big bonus for you. I will leave a link in the video description below for these products. You can go through and get more information or indeed purchase them if you so wish. Let me know what you think of the Galaxy Book 360. What do you like about it? What do you not like? Do you prefer the 13-inch or the 15-inch? And why? And also, how do you think they compare to other brands, the likes of Apple with their MacBook Airs and LG and Dell offerings as well, to name a few more? A couple more? A few more? I've added 2 more. That's a couple, isn't it? Woo! I think we're going to end it there. Like and share if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I love everything tech. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Says Peace out.